Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Teacher Luis, your mommy tutor. Today, I will be discussing another multiplication of polynomials, but this time it is about the special products. Okay, last time ang inaral natin is about multiplying monomial into monomial, monomial to a binomial, and monomial to a polynomial. But today, we're going to discuss about special products. Actually, we have different kinds of special products. But the thing that I'm going to discuss to you, the first is the perfect square trinomial. Pag sinabi nating perfect square trinomial, ibig sabihin the terms, they are the same. Okay, so this is another kind of multiplication of polynomials, but this is both binomial times a binomial. Okay, that when you multiply, the answer is a trinomial. Okay, so this is a perfect square trinomial. Ang formula, this is the formula that you need to memorize para when you see this kind of multiplication, if the A and the B, the first term and the second term are the same, and you are just multiplying it to itself, eto na yung gagamitin mong formula. So, if you are multiplying A plus B, close and open parenthesis, square, the easiest way to do that is you square the A square, plus 2 is constant. Constant yung 2 dito. Okay, 2 is constant, so 2 times A and B. Plus the third term will be B square. Okay, that is pag the middle term here or the sign here is plus. Okay, so as you can see, kapag plus, plus lahat yon nasa sign niya. Okay? Now, what if yung perfect square trinomial mo, the middle or the operation in between is minus. So, it's A minus B squared naman siya. So, same thing lang. Still, you're going to square the A, pero the middle term will be minus. Kasi minus yon nandoon. Okay? So, minus and then the 2, as I have told you, 2 is constant. Ibig sabihin, laging 2. Imumultiply mo yung product ng A times B times 2. Plus, the third term will be plus B squared. Why plus B squared? Because when you multiply negative B times a negative B, it will still give you positive B squared. Okay? So, yan yon. So, this is the formula that you need to memorize para mas mapadali ang pagmumultiply nyo ng binomial times a binomial if the terms are the same. I repeat, terms are the same. Ibig sabihin pareho. Okay? Etong A plus B squared, eto can also be written as A plus B times A plus B. That's why it is called A plus B close and open parenthesis squared, because you are multiplying A plus B to itself. Okay, same as dito. This A minus B squared here can also be written as A minus B and A minus B. Okay, it's the same. So, A minus B is multiplied to itself, A minus B, or it can be A minus B close and open parenthesis square. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know. Now, to fully understand what I'm saying, okay, let us try to answer these different examples. Okay, so all of these examples are an example of perfect square trinomial. So don't forget, if you are multiplying a binomial, binomial times a binomial, especially if it's perfect square, meaning pareho lang naman sila ng terms, the answer will be a trinomial. Hindi binomial, but it's a trinomial. It depends. Pero dito sa perfect square trinomial, kaya siya sinabing perfect square trinomial kasi ang magiging sagot should be a trinomial. Trinomial kasi tatlong term siya. Okay? So, let us do this. 4x less 3 times 4x less 3. So, 4x less 3 times 4x less 3 can also be written as, 4x less 3 times 4x less 3 can also be written as, this can also be written as 4x less 3 squared. At ano yung formula natin? Our formula for this is, since minus siya, so ang formula na gagamitin natin will be a less b squared is equal to a squared less 2ab plus b squared. Now, i-identify natin alin dyan yung a at alin dyan yung b. So, ang a natin is itong buong yan. This is considered the a. Okay? At ito is considered to be the b. Okay? So, itong buo na to, don't forget, itong buo na to is the a and itong 3 is the b. So, understand? So, same thing here. This is the a and this is the b. So, if we are going to substitute yung a, ano yung a natin dito? A will be the 4x. Okay? And b will be the 3 and minus 3 squared. Okay? So, the next thing that we are going to do is, a is ax squared. So, isusulat natin 4x because that's the a and then we square it. Minus, why minus? Kasi minus yung nandoon na sign. So, minus 2 is always constant. 2 times, ano yung a, which is 4x. At ano yung b, that's 3. Okay? Plus, what is the b? b is 3. 3 square. Okay. Now that we are done substituting everything, ano nang susunod? The next thing that you need to do is you're going to simplify. How are you going to simplify? Using the rules of exponent. If there's this 2 here, 4x, and there's an exponent outside, what do? You are going to distribute. Okay? So, i-distribute natin yung 2 dito sa 4 at saka sa x. So, we're going to get 4 squared x squared minus, so this one, you can multiply the numbers 2 times 4 times 3. So, 2 times 4 times 3, that will be 24, and then just copy the x. Plus, 3 square is 3 times 3. That will be 9. So, to simplify it further, 4 squared will be 16, and then x squared, let's copy everything, 24x plus 9. And now, this is the answer. So, it's a perfect square trinomial. So, as you can see, pag i-base mo, titingnan mo yung first term nila, 16 is a perfect square. And 9 is also a perfect square. Why perfect square? Because 16 is 4 and 4. And 9 is also 3 and 3. Okay, kaya perfect square trinomial because the first and the last term are also perfect squares. Okay, and if you multiply the first and the last term, 12 times the 2 is equal to 24. Okay, so ganun yung pagkuha nun. Okay, next. What if we have this naman? So, 5x plus 1, close and open parenthesis, 2. So, same thing. Dito kasi, hindi siya nakalagay sa parenthesis. Pero dito, nakalagay na siya sa parenthesis. So, ganun pa rin ang gagawin mo. This time, ang gagawin mo naman, so since eto 5x plus, so ang gagamitin natin formula will be the a squared plus 2ab plus b square. So, yan yung gagamitin nating formula kasi plus siya. Now, identify mo, alin dyan yung a. So, ang a natin still this, and then 1 is the b. So, substituting this A and B dito sa formula, we'll get 5x squared plus 2 times 5x plus times the b, which is 1, plus 1 square. Okay? Simplifying, again, i-distribute natin. So, 5 square is 25. And then, x square is x square. Plus 2 times 5 times 1 is 10x. Plus 1 square is 1. At ito na yung final answer natin. So checking, 25 is a perfect square. Why? It's 5 times 5. 1 is also a perfect square, which is 1 times 1. So 5 times 1 is 5 times 2, which is the constant, is equal to 10. Okay? Next. Now, what if pag ganito naman? Meron tayong square at meron tayong hindi square. So, ano ang gagawin natin dyan? The first thing that you need to do is you are going to simplify kung ano yung square natin. And then after, imu-multiply mo na lang siya kung ano man yung magiging product doon sa susunod. Okay, so simplify this. We're going to get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Yan pa rin. Sinusulat ko pa lang muna yung formulas para mas maintindihan nyo. Okay, so, substituting that, ito yung a natin, at ito yung b. So, ito yung x squared plus 2 is always constant, 2 times x times y plus y squared. So, final answer will be x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Okay, now that we are done getting the product of this, we're now ready to multiply this whole thing to x less y. Ito siya. We bring it down. Now, what's the next thing na dapat mong gawin? So, ang gagawin mo ngayon dyan ay i-multiply mo tong x to the whole of that and this y to the whole of that. So, para hindi ka malito, it would be easier to do that. So, let's say x times this whole thing, x squared plus 2xy plus y squared minus y times x squared less 2xy plus y squared. Okay? Now that you are done doing that, you can now distribute this x to everything. I-distribute mo yan. So, using the exponent rule again, x times x squared, what do we do with the exponent when we multiply like bases, we add them. Okay, don't forget that. So, x times x squared, that will be x cubed. Plus, anong i-multiply mo dito? X times 2x y. So, you can only multiply the x and the x here. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. So, you're going to get 2x squared and then just copy the y. Plus, x times y squared, wala naman pareho. So, you just copy them. Y, xy squared. Okay? Minus. So, again, this one naman, the y, you multiply it to everything inside. So, y times x squared will just be x squared y. Okay? Negative times negative, that will be positive. Y times 2xy. So, since y at y pareho, you can add the exponent and then 2x, you just have to copy. So, 2xy squared. Okay? Next, after that, negative times positive is negative. Y times y squared, you add 1 plus 2, that will be y cubed. Okay? So, as you can see, polynomial talaga siya mahaba. So, what's the next thing na dapat mong gawin? you combine like terms. So, babalikan natin yung combining like terms natin. So, ano yung mga like terms natin dyan? Ang like terms natin is ito at ito. 2x squared y at x squared y. At itong xy squared at this one, it is 2xy squared. Oh, by the way, wait. Let me just write, since plus yan, so dapat plus din to. Okay? At dahil plus yan, this should be minus. I made a mistake in the sign. So, negative times positive is negative. Negative times positive is also negative. So, parehong negative, negative lahat ang sign yan. Okay, now. So, eto ang magkakapareho. Alin yung magkakapareho dyan? Ito, at saka yun. So, combining like terms, that will be what? So, since etong x cube natin dito walang kasama, you just have to bring it down. And then, 2x squared y, and the other one is just x squared y. If you cannot see any number here, ibig sabihin that's 1. Okay, so it's like 2 minus 1 is 1. So, and then, you just have to copy yung mga variables. So, mangyayari magiging plus x squared y. Bakit siya plus? It's because 2 is bigger than 1 at yung sign ng 2 is positive. Okay? And then next is xy squared minus 2xy squared. So as you can see here, eto wala na namang number, so it's understood to be 1. 1 minus 2, that will be 1. But this time, the sign is what? Negative. Why negative? It's because yung sign ng 2 dito is negative. So, this will become negative xy squared. And then, just copy yung y. So, minus y cubed. At ang answer na natin ay ito. Okay, so the answer is x cubed plus x squared y less xy squared less y cubed. As you can see here, cube siya. It's because meron tayong squared binomial dito times another monomial. So, what do you expect? When there's a square times another monomial, understood na magkakaroon talaga tayo ng cube na sagot. At the answer is not a trinomial anymore, but it's a polynomial talaga. Okay? 4 na siya. Okay? Next. What if we have like this? So, 3w plus 2t. Close and open parenthesis squared. It's the same thing. Look at the middle term, it's plus. So, since this is plus, we use the formula again. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, you identify alin dyan yung a at alin dyan yung b. So, the a here is this. The 3w and the 2t is the b. So, substitute this in this formula. We get 3w squared plus 2 times the a, which is 3w, times the b, which is 2t, plus 2t squared. Okay? Next, you are going to distribute the exponents. So, ano yung mga exponent natin dito? 3 square is 9. So, 3 squared, 3 times 3, that's 9. And then, w square. Plus, multiply 2 times 3 times 2, that will be 2 times 3, 6 times 2 is 12. And then, just copy mo yung mga variables. Since hindi naman sila pareho, you just copy wt. Plus, distribute again this exponent to 2 and t. So, 2 square is 4 and then t square. Okay, so this is now the answer. Okay, so checking, 9 is 3 and 3, so it's a perfect square, and then 4 is 2 and 2, which is also a perfect square. It's the same lang. So 3 times 2 is 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, next, the last is, what if we have The same thing. Ito. What would happen if both two binomial? Okay? Perfect square binomial ang imumultiply natin. So, what if we have 3a plus 2 square times a less 4 square. So, ang unang-una mong gagawin, if you have this, you are going to distribute or simplify this and simplify this. The answer, that's the time you multiply after. So, gagawin mo, eto, that will be 3a plus 2 squared. So, using the formula, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And then this one naman, a minus 4 squared, you have to use the formula a squared less 2ab plus b squared. Why minus? It's because minus yung middle term. Now, substitute mo na kung ano yung mga yon. So, ang a natin is etong buong yan. So, 3a plus 2 times 3a times eto yung b natin. Okay? So, times 2 plus 2 square. Okay? So, we have 3a squared is 9a squared plus 2 times 3 times 2. So, that will be 12a plus 2 squared is 4. So, tapos na tayo. Ito na yung simplified form natin. Next, gawin naman natin yung other term. So, ang a natin is this. That's the a. And the negative 4, that will be the b. So, a squared is a squared less 2 times a times the b, which is 4 plus 4 squared. So, rewriting it, we're going to get a squared less 2 times 4 is 8a plus 16. Okay. So, after that, ano nang gagawin mo? So, since ang operation is multiplication, ibig sabihin, imumultiply mo itong dalawang to. Okay? So, doing that, mangyayari, meron tayong mahabang equation dyan. So, ang mangyayari, magkakaroon tayo ng multiply this 9a squared to whole of that, this 12a to whole of that, and 4 to whole of that one. So, i-distribute natin tong buong to dyan. Okay, and then after, we combine like terms. So, magiging 9a squared times a squared less 8a plus 16. And then plus 12a times a squared less 8a plus 16. And then plus 4 times a squared less 8a plus 16. Okay? So, ganyan yung kalalabasan niya. Now, you are going to distribute. Distribute this 9 to everything here. So, 9a squared times a squared. So, that will be 9a raised to the 4th power. 9 times 8, that will be 72a squared a. So, that will be a raised to the 3rd power. Plus 9a squared plus 16. So, 16, so 9, 54, 5, so 144a squared. Okay, so, plus, dito na tayo sa 12a naman. Kasi tapos na tayo dyan. So, 12a will be what? 12a times a squared, so that will be 12a cubed minus 12 times 8a is 16, 1, so 96a squared. Okay? So, plus. So, 16 times 10 na tayo dyan. So, 160 plus yung 2 na 160. Tapos 2 na 32. So, that will be 192a. Okay? Plus, another set na tayo. Another set is the 4. So, we are going to distribute this 4 naman doon. So, 4 times 4a, that will be 4a squared less 32a plus 64. Now that we are done distributing everything, we can combine like terms kung meron. So, ano-ano ba yung mga like terms natin dito? Ang mga like terms natin ay ito at ito. Yan ang like terms. And then next, another like terms is the 144a at saka to. So, 144a squared negative 9x 96a squared at ang 4a squared. Okay? Tapos, another pareho is yung 92a squared a at saka yung negative 32a. Okay? So, yun lang yung mga pareho. Now, we are ready to combine like terms. So, negative 72a cubed at positive 12a cubed. So, since unlike sign sila, ano ang mangyayari? Sila ay magsusubtract. At pag sinubtract mo sila, magiging 0 and then 7 minus 1 will be 60. So, eto magiging 60 at ang sign is negative kasi mas bigger siya. So, 60a raised to the third power na siya. Okay? Next is etong a squared. So, ilan yung a squared natin? 144a squared positive and then positive, negative 96a squared at positive 4a squared. So, ang unang-una mong gagawin, i-combine mo muna yung 144 at yung 4a. So, 4a squared, so magiging 148. So, 148 a squared minus 96a squared. So, ano magiging sagot? That will be 2 and then that will be 52. So, ang magiging sagot dyan is what? Positive 52a squared. Okay? And next, the last is yung 192a at negative 32a. So, 192a at negative 32a, positive at negative. So, again, you are going to subtract. Okay? But since the sign of the bigger number is positive, so magiging plus yan. So, 2 minus 2 is 0. 9 minus 3 is 6. So, 160a siya. And then, the rest, i-copy mo na lang. So, ano yung mga i-copy natin dito? It's the 9a raised to the fourth power at yung plus 64. Okay, so ang final answer natin dito will be 9a raised to the fourth power minus 60a raised to the third power plus 52a raised to the second power plus 160a plus 64. Okay? So, this is the final answer. So, as you can see, since nagmultiply tayo ng dalawang binomial, binomial times a binomial, okay, na square binomial. Okay, so, when we multiply a square binomial, you expect that the answer will be on the fourth root. Okay, so fourth root siya. Okay, so as you can see here, pag nakita mo siya, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the constant. Okay, so mag-expect ka nun. Huwag kang magugulat if your answer will be on the fourth root because it's perfect binomial square ang minultiply mo. Okay, so that's how we multiply perfect square trinomial. So don't forget, in multiplying perfect square trinomial, pag sinabi natin perfect square trinomial, two binomial that multiplied to itself, pareho ng terms at the same time pareho ng sign. Okay? Kasi later, magdi-discuss din tayo ng same term but different sign. So in a perfect square trinomial, same terms at same sign. Okay, so this is the formula that you need to remember. Okay, so that it would be easier for you to multiply. You don't do the long method. Okay, just doing this formula, you can get the product of this without doing the FOIL or the long method. Okay, so I hope you learned something again today. Next time, we will be reviewing or discussing another kind of special product, and that would be difference of 2 square. So again, this is Teacher Luis, your mommy tutor. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also ring the notification bell so that you'll be updated with my upcoming videos. If you have any question, concerns, or any suggestion, feel free to comment below so that I can address it. Bye! Thank you!